Welcome to day 4 of our hashtag 12 Days of Creativity series, where we get you to try something creative with your devices. And today, we're going to be creating a green screen scanner. Now, the first thing you're going to have to do here is record your content. Now, the idea behind this is we are going to take a peek inside our Christmas presents. We're going to use the iPad's camera, plus working with a partner or setting up your iPad on a tripod to film your content, and I'll show you what that looks like. So I'm going to open up my camera and you can see I've got this present here. What is it? Is it something that, I can't open it till Christmas, so let's have a wee look. So I'm just going to record a few seconds of this content on its own. So let's tap the record button, make sure I'm in video mode. You can see I've got it placed firmly. There we go, recording, and now I'm bringing up an iPad with a green image on it. And all I've done here is just created a slide in Keynote. I've just saved that as an image and I've just made that full screen. So you could be doing this with a partner, you could film your partner doing this with their iPad, and you can bring it together. Now I'm going to move the box and I'm going to place the content, the bit that's inside, in the same place. Okay, and I'm going to tap record again, and it's an idea here to record the same length of time for the object as you did for moving the iPad with the green screen. And I'll show you why when we come into Keynote, when we come into iMovie. Now for this bit, this is just simply finding the content that you want. Now once it's been recorded, you know what happens next. If I go into my Photos app, you can see that those two videos are there. You can see one is 16 seconds, one is 11 seconds. That's okay, the two match up. So when I bring it into my iMovie, they're roughly going to be the same length. Now, once you've recorded your content, we're going to use the built-in features of iMovie to create this kind of see-through effect. So let's open up, you can see those two videos are there in my Photos app. You can see roughly the length of time. You can also see the screen recording, but I'm going to go into iMovie. I already have a project here, but I'm going to start a new one. So I'm going to start a new project and I'm going to tap on Movie. You can see my videos are there. Now what you want to do is you actually want to take the content. That's going to be the main bit in the timeline. Because what we're going to do is we're going to put the green screen effect on top, the picture in picture. So let's go to Add Media, Recently Added. You can see the third one down is my video. If I tap on it, then tap the three dots, green blue screen, and that pops it down on top. Now what it does here is it automatically picks up the green, and you can see it's got that effect there. It's built it in together. That's looking great. Quite happy with that. I could add in sound, I could add in a voiceover, but you can see as I scrub along using my finger on the timeline, you can see that as I move the iPad, remember we saw this being recorded, it's now made it look like it's see-through, and because I've recorded it in the same place, it gives the effect that it all goes together. So I'm delighted with that. But I'm not done there. If I wanted to make it a little bit more just looking like a proper animation, I can just choose Keynote. So one of the things that we can do here is we can actually take Keynote and animation and also create this green screen effect. So let's open up a Keynote file that I've got here, and I'll link to this file in the blog post so you can download a copy of it. You can see I have my arm and I have a robotic arm. What I also have here is just an iPad shape with a green screen. I'm going to tap on it and animate. Then I'm going to create an action, and that action is to create a path. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to replicate that path that I had physically, realistically with my real iPad, and I'm going to use it with my digital iPad, my virtual iPad here. So I'm just going to use the red dot. The red dot's going to help me lay out a path, and I'm just going to swipe it across this arm, same way that I did when I was looking at the box. Just that same kind of motion. Perfect. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to adjust the length of time, because to make this really effective you want it to be as long as possible. So I'm going to make it maybe 10 seconds, maybe 12 seconds. Let's have a wee look. So when I press play, okay, it's long, but it's kind of It's quick, isn't it? It's a bit too quick. I'm not happy with this. So adjust the acceleration, adjust the length of time. Play about with these settings. You can see if I take it up to 12 seconds and then tap on acceleration. The acceleration is ease in and out, so that's when it's kind of going fast and slow. I want that switched off. Okay, so now when I press play, you can see it's a wee bit slower, but it's a bit more natural looking. It's not just like I've quickly scanned across my arm. It's giving me that effect. And you know what? I'm happy with that. So the idea now is to take those two, slide number 1 and slide number 2, and export them for use in iMovie. And I'm going to export them differently. So I'm going to start with slide 1. So I tap on where it says green screen examples, then movie. Slide number 1. So I don't want all slides, I just want the first one just now. And I'm going to let this export. Now, you can see from the other ones I have there, you can use the shapes, you can use all these other things. You can maybe make it look like it's scanning the earth to show you the core, scanning a body to show you the skeleton. Your options are massive. So let's tap on share, and I'm just going to save the video just now. Now what I do with the bottom part of the bit that's going to be revealed is I export that as an image. So let's go to green screen examples, export and images. Let's go from slide range. This is going to be 2 to 2 this time. I don't want it to be a ping. Remember, if you watched my last video, that's for transparent images. We want this as a high quality JPEG. Let's save the image. Right, let's go into iMovie now and create a new project. Okay, so you can see I've got another one here I was playing with. But I'm going to start a new project, and what I'm actually going to choose, remember, is the bottom part. I'm going to choose the image. Now by default, iMovie puts them in at 6 seconds, but you can scroll along to make it match with the length of your video. Remember, this is just a static image. So what images do in iMovie is they do this Ken Burns effect where they kind of move and skew and zoom. We don't want that. So we're going to switch off Ken Burns enabled. We're going to pinch just to make it fit. And you can see now when I press play, it stays as a static image because the bit on top is going to be the video that moves. So let's go to media, add, there's our video, tap the 3 dots and tap the green blue screen. It's going to drop it down. But what it's done is, you notice because it's a kind of a blue background, it's made that the transparent bit. I don't want that. You can see you can adjust the strength of it. You can also crop it, but what I want to do is actually reset this video. Okay, so that I can choose which part of the video I want to make transparent. So tap, and you can see it says reset. Then it asks you to tap on the area. So I'm tapping on the green of my iPad, and now when I scrub along, you can see, okay, it waits a wee second, so I might adjust that. But you can see now, it's scanning underneath my arm, and it looks like I've got a bionic arm. So that's quite a cool effect. That works quite well. So again, what I could do here is I could adjust where I want the start point and end point. So you can see it takes a second or two. So I'm maybe going to tap on the video and just make it go a bit shorter. I'm going to take it to the start to line it up. And because the video was a wee bit longer, there we go. So that works better now, okay? So remember, it's never about just doing it one and done. Give yourself a bit of time, give yourself a bit of play. These effects are always done, you know, with a bit of time and a bit of effort. We can also add in a soundtrack. That's the beauty of iMovie as well. A built-in app with all of this copyright-free music that automatically adjusts itself to the length of the video. That's what I love about this. So if I look through, maybe aha, perfect, kind of digital, kind of funky. So let's bring it to the start, press play. And it trims itself perfectly to the end of my video. Now again, this is just stuff that you can play with. You can find the best bit, you can talk to your pupils, or if you are a pupil, you can have a play about. Then you can export it, save it, use it elsewhere. Put it into Book Creator, put it into Keynote for a presentation, put it into Pages for a learning journal. Use it, never just do it on its own. Think about where it's going next. What does this look like in terms of your wider learning, your wider success criteria, your wider learning intentions? What is it you actually want this video to look like? So that is how you can use your iPad as a green screen scanner, either physically or using Keynote. Try it yourself. Share what you've done with us using hashtag 12 days of creativity, and you can also at us using Did You Learn Scott? Thanks very much for watching. Try it yourself, and ho, ho, ho.